The walls are closing in on OpenAI, and the company's tightening the noose. Two of Sam Altman's biggest former allies, Microsoft and NVIDIA. Those two companies recently announced a $45 billion partnership with Anthropic, OpenAI's biggest rival. But this isn't just another funding round. This is a full-scale strategic realignment that fundamentally threatens OpenAI's position at the center of the AI universe. Here's what happened. NVIDIA and Microsoft are investing up to $15 billion directly into Anthropic. In return, Anthropic has committed $30 billion to purchase computing capacity from Microsoft Azure, running exclusively on NVIDIA's most advanced AI systems. That's 1 gigawatt of computing power, enough electricity to power nearly 1 million homes, all dedicated to training the next generation of Claude models. But the money is only part of the story. The real significance is what this deal represents: a coordinated effort by two of tech's most powerful companies to build a protected lane around OpenAI's biggest competitor. NVIDIA gets deeper visibility into how frontier AI systems are built. Microsoft gets Claude as a flagship alternative model and can finally reduce its dangerous over-reliance on OpenAI. And Anthropic gets the industrial-scale infrastructure it desperately needs to keep pace with ChatGPT. We are increasingly going to be customers of each other, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said. That's right. OpenAI's largest investor and cloud provider just announced it's becoming deeply intertwined with OpenAI's primary rival. If you're thinking this feels like a betrayal, you're not wrong. Microsoft still owns roughly 27% of OpenAI and has access to their models through 2032. But here's the thing, Microsoft is clearly hedging its bets. And after watching OpenAI's increasingly chaotic trajectory over the past year, can you really blame them? Because while OpenAI has been making headlines with trillion-dollar infrastructure commitments and launching flashy products like Sora, the company's financials tell a very different story. According to internal documents obtained by the Wall Street Journal, OpenAI is projected to lose $74 billion in 2028 alone. Yes, that's $74 billion in operating losses in a single year, representing roughly 3/4 of their projected revenue. Meanwhile, Anthropic is expected to break even that exact same year as OpenAI hemorrhages tens of billions of dollars. The financial contrast couldn't be more stark, and it's exactly why investors are suddenly so bullish on Dario Amodei's operation. The divergence in strategy is fascinating. OpenAI is pursuing a zero-interest rate policy-era approach to growth, burning through cash at an astronomical rate, subsidizing products like Sora, which reportedly costs them $15 million per day to operate. That's $5.5 billion annually, just to let people make 10-second videos. They're betting everything on achieving massive scale first and figuring out profitability later. It's the classic Uber playbook. Drive prices down to unsustainable levels, capture the market, then flip the switch once you're the only game in town. Anthropic, by contrast, is taking a different approach. In 2026, Anthropic's cash burn rate is projected to drop to just 1/3 of revenue. By 2027, it falls to only 9%. OpenAI, meanwhile, will still be burning through 57% of revenue in 2026, maintaining that same rate through 2027. These business models are fundamentally different. OpenAI is aggressively consumer-focused, touting over 800 million weekly ChatGPT users, with about 70% of revenue coming from consumer subscriptions. But those consumer subscriptions don't cover the massive costs of running their AI systems. They're essentially subsidizing the entire consumer base, hoping to eventually monetize through advertising or other means that haven't been fully figured out yet. Anthropic took the opposite approach. About 80% of their revenue comes from business customers paying sustainable rates for AI services. They serve over 300,000 corporate clients using Claude for coding, legal work, billing, and customer service. Anthropic holds a 42% share of the coding AI market compared to just 21% for OpenAI. Where businesses are actually spending real money, Anthropic is winning by a 2-to-1 margin. Perhaps that's why Google has invested $3 billion in Anthropic, yet $0 in OpenAI. It's certainly why Microsoft added Claude to its Copilot suite, despite being OpenAI's biggest investor. It's why major enterprises increasingly choose Anthropic over OpenAI. When companies spend serious money on AI infrastructure, they want reliability, safety, and a partner who'll be around in 5 years. They want a company with a clear business model, not one that's committed over $1 trillion in infrastructure spending while losing money hand over fist. The circular financing concern is also real and growing. NVIDIA and AMD have both been funding OpenAI directly while selling them chips, creating what some investors are calling a risky, self-reinforcing bubble. Sam Altman recently announced that OpenAI has committed up to $1.4 trillion over the next 8 years for data center infrastructure. Industry skeptics and even some investors are openly questioning whether the company can actually pay for all of this, especially when they're projected to burn through 14 times as much cash as Anthropic before theoretically turning a profit in 2030. That uncertainty is exactly what makes this Microsoft-NVIDIA-Anthropic deal so devastating for OpenAI. It represents a coordinated bet against OpenAI's burn-everything approach and in favor of Anthropic's sustainable model. It means that two of the most critical companies in the AI supply chain are actively building around OpenAI rather than with them. Jensen Huang, NVIDIA's CEO, called the Anthropic collaboration a dream come true and praised Claude extensively. This is the same Jensen Huang who has publicly clashed with Dario Amodei over AI policy. The fact that they've put aside their differences speaks volumes about the strategic importance they're placing on this alliance. For Microsoft, this deal solves multiple problems simultaneously. They get access to a world-class AI model that competes directly with ChatGPT. They lock Anthropic into their cloud platform for years, and they diversify away from their increasingly unpredictable OpenAI investment. And they send a clear message. We're not putting all our eggs in Sam Altman's basket anymore. The timing couldn't be worse for OpenAI. The company is already facing increased scrutiny over its governance, its restructuring, questions about Sam Altman's conflicts of interest, and now the very real concern that they're in a financial bubble that could pop at any moment. In the end, this Microsoft-NVIDIA-Anthropic deal represents something much bigger than just a strategic partnership. It's a vote of no confidence in OpenAI's approach from two of the most powerful companies in the AI industry. It's a recognition that sustainable business models matter, that enterprise customers are more valuable than subsidized consumers, and that sometimes the tortoise really does beat the hare. OpenAI still has massive advantages: brand recognition, user base, Microsoft's continued support through 2032, and Sam Altman's seemingly unlimited ability to raise capital. But for the first time since ChatGPT launched, there's a real question about whether OpenAI's strategy of growth at all costs will actually work. And with Microsoft and NVIDIA now deeply invested in the success of Anthropic, OpenAI's traditional stranglehold on partnerships with the biggest players in AI has been fundamentally broken. The AI race just got a whole lot more interesting, and OpenAI might not be the inevitable winner everyone assumed they were. Who are you betting on? Drop a comment and subscribe for more AI insights.